Hi, so today I'm going to be doing a review of Me and Earl and the Dying Girl by Jessie Andrews. Now I picked this book up because Dylan from @Dylan Books on YouTube was raving on about it and everything, and so I really wanted to buy it. I featured it in my April book haul, which I'll leave a link down below. But I have read this book and I absolutely loved it. First off, this cover is absolutely fantastic. It feels really nice. It's one of those paperbacks that have that really interesting kind of smooth textury feel, so that feels really interesting. But I just think this cover is just absolutely gorgeous, and the back of it too, and I don't know, I just really like the cover and everything. So this book is about a boy named Greg. Now Greg has gone through most of his life with having no real friends. He has people that he goes through like in high school that he kind of talks to and everything. He kind of talks to everyone, but he doesn't really hang out with anyone and everything. And he does have this one friend named Earl, but he kind of refers to him more as a work buddy as they make films together in their spare time. But yeah, Greg doesn't really have any friends beside that. And one day his mother comes to him and says, well, your friend back that you knew when you were little, she has leukemia and she's dying, so I want you to go and hang out with her. And so Greg is forced to hang out with the dying girl, obviously that's her and everything, who has leukemia and is unfortunately dying. I found this book really, really funny. Both Earl and Greg are the funniest characters, but as a fair warning, there is some vulgar humour in here. So normally when I read a book, I might like have a little chuckle to myself, but nothing full blown and everything. But I think this is one of the first books that actually made me full blown laughter. Like at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm here reading this book and I just burst out laughing at something Greg or Earl has said, and I'm worried that I've, waken my boyfriend up and everything, because I've laughed that hard. It was just, that was one of the first books that's ever done this to me. This book is so funny. And whilst some of the humour is vulgar, it's that vulgar and disgusting that you just have to laugh. You don't know what else to do. You just have to laugh. So if you're not really into vulgar humour, maybe this book isn't for you, but I don't know, I just loved it. And I wouldn't say I'm into too huge vulgar humour, but I don't know, I just love this book. The humour is a main aspect of this book of why I enjoyed it so much, and it's just fantastic. It's also very meaningful. Greg creates this relationship with this girl who's dying of leukemia, and he also has this relationship with this boy named Earl, who unfortunately doesn't have a very good background. So you have these two characters that are less fortunate and not well as off and everything, and you have Greg, trying to become friends with them more and discover, how to act around them and everything, and it's really great. Throughout this book though, there are some really meaningful things that Greg discovers and everything, and I just got a lot out of this book. I'm not going to spoil anything, but towards the end, Greg starts to realise some stuff and everything, and I just think that's really meaningful, and it kind of brings you around that important life lesson, about life and everything. Greg and Earl, as I mentioned, also have made films in their past and everything, and they kind of describe the films, and you can kind of, the author describes them so well that you kind of read them throughout this book and everything, and you can picture them in your head, and I just really like that aspect of the book. Another thing about this book is that Greg writes it. He writes it as his story, and a lot of the time he says, why are you reading this? This book is crap and everything. And he's just really funny, but unfortunately, I kind of found it sad because Greg had no self-worth. He didn't think his stuff was worthwhile and everything, and I think at the end, maybe he starts feeling that his stuff is, I don't know. I think that it's an important life lesson of what's really important in life, and I don't know, I just love this book. There's not enough good things I could say about this book. This book was funny, and it was meaningful, and it was sad, and it was funny, and I just would recommend this book to everyone. I think there's also a movie coming out of this soon, so now is definitely the time to pick this book up, because you want to read it, and I can't wait for it to be a movie, but I'm so happy that I read this book because it was absolutely fantastic and beautiful. So yeah, in the end, I'm going to rate this book 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely loved it and enjoyed my time immensely reading it. So let me know in the comments below what you thought of this book, if you've read it, or if you plan to pick it up anytime soon. If you have any doubts about this book, let me know in the comments below, and I will convince you to buy this book because it's utterly fantastic. and like this video if you liked it, and subscribe if you'd like to see more book reviews from me, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye!